What up, nerds? Welcome back to the Nerdy Narrative. My name is Leslie Smith, and today we are nerding out video game style. I am doing the Skyrim book tag video. So I was tagged by one of my absolute most favorite booktubers ever, Michael Nip, to do this video, and I am so stoked. You know, with me, if I don't have a book in my hand, I'm probably sitting in front of my computer or console playing a video game. I mean, some of y'all have probably seen my videos about books I've read, and you've seen that I have a gaming chair and all that kind of fun stuff, and probably guessed that I was a gamer, and you would be correct. Let's get into it, shall we? So prompt number 1. The Dragonborn can absorb souls, breathe fire, soothe wild beasts, and so much more. What character do you think would be capable of anything? The character I think would be capable of anything is found in the Rift War saga. We first meet him in Magician Apprentice, and his name is Meacham. Meacham is a Franklin in the Crichton town area, and he is a companion to Colgan, who is the magician to the Duke. So what his role was as Colgan's assistant, he was very skilled in both hunting, cooking. He also was no stranger to the sword or the bow. He could literally do just about anything you needed. He could dress wound if needed. The first time he met the main character of this story, who is Pug, who later becomes the magician's apprentice, he's helping Pug, who is caught in a storm, and he takes Pug to shelter. He also was the only one who used his noggin to reason out why the alien people, the Serani, had invaded their world of Midkemia. I'm not going to tell you that reason because spoilers! Meacham, capable of anything, including using his noggin. Prompt number 2. Lydia is sworn to carry your burdens. Who is the most annoying side character? I'm probably gonna get some hate for this one, so I'm gonna put my hater blockers on. I'm gonna tell you the most annoying character I find is Sam Gamgee. That's right, Lord of the Rings. Most people love this series. They love Sam and Frodo. I don't. Sam was a hobbit of the Shire. He was Frodo's gardener and best friend, and suddenly he's supposed to be Frodo's sidekick, and he's rescuing him from the dangers and getting him through, and is ultimately responsible for helping the One Ring get destroyed. But their interactions annoyed me and got on my nerves. The way he talked to Frodo, I just found their relationship to not be believable, way over the top, annoying as hell, and just confusing. And my best friend does not talk to me the way Sam talked to Frodo. And I certainly, no. Sam, annoying. Prompt number 3. Did someone steal your sweet roll? What is a delectable food from a book you'd like to eat? Well, that's easy. I love to eat meat. Oh, okay. That is totally what she said. Okay. I mean, red meat. I mean, like burgers, okay? Just let's go with that. So, Blind Sympathy is by an independent author named Roberta Bambinato. And actually, in all of her books that I've read so far, she always has some really interesting food dishes. Like, she makes me hungry. And I actually tried her, like, what she does to her mayo and To Guard with Love. I actually tried that. It's really good. But what's funny is in this book, there is a demon named Israfel who loves to cook. And it's funny because he cooks with things that are like bats. You've got llama lasagna, you've got bat burgers, and I hate to tell you, but the bat burgers, I just gotta tell you, that llama lasagna sounded fantastic, and I really want some. some of the she sent me some promotional materials that went with this book, and one of them was a little recipe card for bat burgers. I don't know if you can see it because of the ring light, but I thought that was just an excellent touch. Prompt number 4. Took an arrow to the knee. You knew it was happening. You knew that was coming. What character do you think would be the most likely to get randomly injured? Yeah, you know it. Ron Weasley from Harry Potter. Because, you know, it happened. That poor kid, he just really had some tough times. I'm sure now that I've mentioned it, you're thinking back. I mean, how many times did his little wand malfunction in the first book? I mean, one thing led to another throughout the entire series for Ron. But it's okay, Ron. We love you anyway. Prompt number 5. Aedra versus Deidre. What is the most interesting force of good or evil or otherworldly source of power you found in a book? And I have to second Michael on this one. In A Way of Kings, there is a group of people, a race of people known as the Parshmen. The Parshmen are used by the king and the high princes, the nobility of this world, as slaves. They claim that the Parshmen, they need to be directed what to do, that literally if they had nothing to do, they would just stand there. But nobody ever asked any of the Parshmen in this book. Like, anytime that was explained, the person it was being told to didn't turn to a Parshman and actually ask them any of this. But at any rate, I digress. So we discover a group of Parshmen that are known as the Parshendi. These are Parshmen who are bigger, they are intelligent, they're warriors. They even have access to special armor like the high princes and the nobles have. And throughout this book, the Parshendi are at war with the high princes and the king. And I'm just not going to get into it any more than that because spoilers. They are very honorable. Towards the end of the story, a couple of the high princes themselves, well, they're high princes, they suck. They're bad, they're selfish, they're greedy. But Prince Dalinar is a very honorable man, and he raised his sons to be the same. At one point, he is battling the Parshendi, and the result of that makes him pause and think. He discovers that the Parshendi fight with honor as well, and so it leads to him thinking, well, now wait a minute. There is something more to know here about these people. You're led to believe that the Parshendi were responsible for a beloved king's death, and that's why this epic battle has consumed both sides. By the end of it, you're questioning that. Was it them, or was it someone who wanted to make it look like them? Now, that's not a spoiler. That's actually my own conspiracy theory because I haven't actually finished this series yet. I've just read The Way of Kings. But I am eager to know more. Prompt number 6. Tamriel is full of double crossers. Who is your favorite deceitful or suspicious character? That would be Lafayette from the Dresden Files. Some of her other names are the Seducer, the Web Weaver, the Temptress, but she is actually she is a fallen angel and a member of the Blackened Denarius. You also get the feeling she's a black sheep or a rebel among the Denarians. They don't really seem to care for her much, but throughout her interactions with Dresden, you can never fully tell if she is truly an evil fallen angel or if she maybe had a moment where she became a fallen angel but really was trying to secure redemption. But there's just so many things that happen between her and Harry during their, for lack of a better word, relationship that you can never fully tell. But all I know is I actually ended up really liking her. I love when she's a part of the story. She just brings about a little bit of oomph that just makes any scene with her and Harry just absolutely delightful. Prompt number 7. The Lusty Argonian Maid is the hottest book ever written. what is your favorite romance in a book? Well, I'm gonna get some hate for this one too, so back on with the hater blockers. Okay, my favorite romance that is still unparalleled to this day is from the Sword of Truth series with Richard and Caitlin. You even got them on the first book here, and this poor book is a little worse for wear, but at any rate, it is my opinion that this series was more about Richard and Caitlyn's love story than the good and evil of magic and ridding the world of magic. It was so refreshing to find a series where it had the same two characters fall in love. They stayed in love throughout the entire series. There was none of that bullshit where they broke up, somebody cheated on somebody else. No, their love was true and pure throughout the entire Sword of Truth series. It endured all. It never faltered. I have never read another love story that I would put above Richard and Caitlin. Fight me. Prompt number 8. Stealth Archer is the most obvious and most practical character build. What type of character do you think is the most useful, and give an example? Battle Mage, because duh. It is no secret that in any game that I play, if there's a mage or a spellcaster like a mage, that's what I'm going with. That's what I love. I like doing damage from a distance because you can attack, and if you're good at it, you can knock out the enemy without them touching you. You can't beat ranged. You just can't. Mages for life. Prompt number 9. There's more to the world than just humans, elves, Argonians, and more. What is your favorite fantasy or sci-fi race? Okay, this is probably weird, but humans are my favorite. Humans are my favorite. We seem to be the most versatile. Elves are usually great hunters and they're magical creatures. They always seem to have the same role in every book you read. Orcs, same role every book you read. Goblins, trolls, like all of the races play one role for the most part. That's boring, but humans can be anything. They can be wizards, witches, hunters, soldiers, warriors. But if I could narrow it down and pick what kind of human I would be, I would choose to be a Mord Sith. And again, I'm referencing the Sword of Truth series. And this is a Mord Sith. That's Kara. And she's wearing red leather because Mord Sith, they're an elite group of women warriors whose job is to protect the Lord Rahl from people and magical creatures. How they do this is basically if a wizard or a sorcerer attack the Lord Rahl, they can steal and harness that person's power. I mean, how cool is that? Prompt number 10. Glitches, such as dragons freaking out midair, giants sending you sky high. What is a surprisingly funny or unexpected thing you found in a book? Okay, so I would have to say the strongest reaction I have had in recent years is when I read Blood Rights of the Dresden Files. I was actually with my best friend Steven. I think I was visiting him in Maryland at the time. And he was actually taking my husband and I to the airport because we were flying home that day. And I hadn't reached a certain part of the story, and he was like, just read. And like, I was so all the way to the airport, he was making me read because he wanted me to reach this revelation while I was with him so he could see my actual reaction. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because I know a lot of my booktube buddies are reading the Dresden Files right now, doing the Dresden read along on Twitter. And I'm not ruining that surprise for anybody. But oh my gosh, you talk about send my eyebrows into my hairline, honey. I had to hunt those suckers and pull them back. But that's it, guys. That is the Skyrim book tag. It was so much fun. Thank you, Michael, for tagging me. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This was such a fun video to make. Have a wonderful rest of your day.